Hey guys and gals, Christina here with Relinquish Yoga and Wellness, and I'm going to show you a technique with a ball. You can use a squishy ball from the dollar store. You can buy a Pilates ball online. You can look for a myofascial release ball. They're all, different, but also all totally useful for what I'm going to show you. And I recommend that you deflate the ball a little bit. You can see this one's a little squishy. I have one that I use at home that is kind of halfway deflated, so it just kind of depends on what you're wanting to do with it. So for today, we're going to be using a technique to release the area of the abdomen a little bit. And what's interesting about this area, 80% of your serotonin is made in your gut. Serotonin is what we need to have like a balanced mental health, some mental wellness, some calm in our lives, and building resilience. What we have in our abdomen also is this like sac of fascia, this connective tissue that kind of holds all of our abdominal organs. Each of those are also wrapped in fascia. Fascia has, you'll see different numbers, 8 times as many nerve endings as muscle tissue. So fascia is very connected to your nervous system, which is where resilience lives and comes from. So when we nourish this area, which we don't often do with movement, unless you're a belly dancer, then that can help to bring some calm and some resilience into our nervous system. So that's what we're going to kind of work with today. It also frees up things for breathing better, digesting food better, all of those kinds of things. So there's a myriad of benefits, but you're essentially going to take your ball, whatever ball that you're using, and you're going to come onto the floor, or you could technically do this on a bed. It may not be as effective. And you're going to place the ball at your abdomen. So come onto your forearms and take the ball a little bit lower on the abdomen, not so high that it's like causing some issues with breathing. But once you find a comfortable place to be on the ball, then rock a little side to side and just come into that curious space of paying attention, of noticing where there's tightness or heldness. I don't know if you can hear the ball making its noise, but it's squishy, squishy. And then after you've, rocked back and forth a handful of times, come to a central place to rest, and then feel the movement of breath. Once you have a sense of what's happening with the breath, we're going to build on that. So take a breath in, hold the breath, and gently push against the ball. And then as you exhale, soften around the ball. Hopefully you can see my body doing that. Take a breath in. Gently press against the ball as you hold the breath in. And then exhale, soften around the ball. We're going to do a few more of those. Inhaling, holding the breath in, gently pressing against the ball. And then softening on the exhale. We'll do 2 more. After you've done a handful of those and you feel like your body has softened about as much as it's going to soften, then again, begin to rock a little side to side on the ball. And I'm going to move a little gently here so my ball doesn't make a lot of noise. And just moving, you're welcome to not just move side to side, but also move up and down a little bit if that feels okay. Just kind of exploring that a little bit. And then when that feels comfortable, tuck your toes, kind of draw your knees in, press yourself up. Come back into, you're welcome to pause in a child's pose and take a couple of breaths there. Or just come up when you're ready into a comfortable way of being, a seat or even standing, and notice how you feel. Notice how the breath is moving. And that is using a ball to nourish the tissue of the abdomen. Namaste.